Well, the tech company behind Square and Afterpay is laying off more than 4,000 employees as it capitalizes on its use of artificial intelligence. In a letter to shareholders, Block CEO Jack Dorsey says intelligence tools have challenged what it means to build and run a company. The co-founder of Twitter says a significantly smaller team using AI tools can do more and do it better. Block operates in the United States, Canada, parts of Europe, Australia, and Japan. At this point, it's not clear which employees would be laid off and where, but these cuts represent about 40% of Block's workforce. So joining us more this morning about what these Block layoffs signal about the impact of AI is media and tech consultant Mohit Rajhans. Mohit, we always turn to you in cases like this. This seems to me like this nightmare scenario that so many people are dreading, that a company can say, hey, AI means I can cut my workforce by, in this case, 40%.
Well, Jack Dorsey is also a thought leader, the co-founder of Twitter.
Yeah.
And so when he does something like this, people pay attention. And what you pointed to was the fact that he had a moment in December where he realized that his workforce could use a 40% reduction and still remain as efficient as they are today. Benchmarking, according to him and his CFO, the ability to actually make this reduction in one full swoop, as they say, rather than do what they traditionally do in the tech market, which is lay off people incrementally.
And Mohit, what's even more chilling, I think, is what Dorsey said, saying, that he felt like Block was almost late to this and suggested that other companies that haven't done this already are even further behind, which suggests there could be further and further cuts coming.
Yeah, Nick, what we're seeing right now is these tech companies are being held accountable to actually invest in themselves as well. So think of it, for the past 18 months, these companies have not necessarily been able to show the ROI on investment with AI. So they have to show that internally they're adopting the same tools that they're trying to sell to the market. So we have to be careful. On one hand, we have to agree that Jack Dorsey, thought leader in the space, actually knows what he's talking about. But we also are seeing these tech companies say, wait a minute. If we're going to invest in all this infrastructure, we have to prove that this stuff works. And it doesn't necessarily prove itself in the market right now.
Here's another interesting thing, Mohit, that I'm curious about. I hear exactly what you're saying about, they're kind of putting their money where their mouth is in terms of what they're producing. At the same time, they're taking money off the table from people, with jobs. We have this sort of Buy Canada momentum for the last year here based on the U.S. tariffs. I wonder if the consumers will start saying, well, does your company hire people and pay people, or are you just paying, AI to do your thing? I wonder if consumers will start to care about this, Mohit.
What I think we can't escape here, Nick, is that AI is not gone from a place of should we use it or should we not use it. It's being layered into infrastructure. And so because it's being layered into infrastructure, everybody's job is being evaluated in a different way. So we have to rethink the way that we service the world in this economy. If we are only, for example, fintechs are just as vulnerable as Block and Square were, and we have a ton of fintechs in Canada. If we are at companies right now that aren't prepared for the onslaught of interruption that AI is about to have on various industries, we are going to be in a very serious trouble in this country.
Okay, so Mohit, I wonder what you think this says to, maybe 20 or 30 somethings who are, sort of still finding their place in the world, in college, university right now, about what they should be doing. I mean, for years and years, the message was code, code, code. Now that's all being handled apparently by AI.
Well, there has been an increase in the words AI in job descriptions when it comes down to entry-level positions, and I find that fascinating. But what we're missing here is the actual contextual part of what the needs are in various industries. Whether you're young or old, we have to understand that we're still the intelligence in this artificial intelligence race. So we have to be able to utilize what it is that is our competitive advantage. I do understand that the younger workforce needs to be empowered more. We can't get in the way of that. But Nick, I think you and I both know that we don't dictate the pace of the rate of change of technology. And so we just have to be prepared for it.
That's so true. We kind of got to buckle up and ride along and figure it out as well. I know you have. I'm working on it. Mohit Rajhans, always appreciate this, media and tech consultant. Good to chat, Mohit. We'll talk soon again soon, I'm sure.
Take care, Nick.
Thank you.